This happens when you confront a narcissist with the truth. There comes a day when silence becomes too heavy. You've swallowed words, you've tolerated distortions, you've watched reality bend like a tree in a storm. But then something inside you says, enough. So you speak, not with anger, but with clarity, not with chaos, but with truth. And that is when everything changes. Because confronting a narcissist is not like confronting an ordinary person. You're not stepping into a conversation, you are stepping into a battlefield where truth itself is unwelcome. There's a proverb that says, the one who tells the truth is chased out of 9 villages. A narcissist does not just dislike truth, they experience it as a threat. At first, they may look at you as if you've spoken a foreign language. When you say, you hurt me, they hear you are flawed. And that is unacceptable to them. So they respond with denial. That never happened. You are imagining things. You are too sensitive. It is not confusion, it is defense. A narcissist builds their identity like a fragile glass house. Truth is a stone. When you throw it even gentle, they panic. Not because they don't see the crack, but because they do. A woman once confronted her partner about repeated lies. Calmly, she listed dates, events, even messages. The man laughed and said, you should write fiction. You are very creative. She walked away doubting herself. Later she realized he wasn't confused. He was protecting his illusion. Gaslighting intensifies. When denial alone doesn't work, the narcissist escalates. This is where gaslighting deepens. They will try to make you question your memory, your sanity, even your identity. You always twist things. You are the one with issues. Everyone knows you overreact. The goal is simple. If they can make you doubt your truth, they don't have to face it. Proverbs, if you want to hide a lie, attack the person telling the truth. And that's exactly what happens. Sometimes the reaction is not quiet, it is explosive. When a narcissist feels cornered, they may erupt into anger, shouting, blame shifting, character attacks. This is called narcissistic rage. It can feel shocking because it comes out of nowhere, like a storm on a clear day. But understand this, it's not about what you said. It's about what your truth represents. Your truth threatens the image they carefully constructed. A man gently told his wife, you often dismiss my feelings. She slammed the table and shouted, after everything I do for you, this is how you repay me. In that moment, the conversation ended. Not because it was resolved, but because it became unsafe. Then comes one of the most confusing parts. They become the victim. Suddenly, you're the aggressor. They are the wounded one. They may say things like, you are attacking me. You are abusive. I can't believe you'd say that to me. Now, this tactic is powerful because it shifts the focus. Now, you are no longer discussing their behavior. You are defending your character. Proverb says the thief shouts the loudest when the guard arrives. If the confrontation threatens their control, they may take it outside. They start telling others their version of the story, friends, colleagues, family. And the story will sound like this. I tried everything, but they are impossible. I'm the one suffering. You become the villain in a story you didn't write. After confronting her partner, a woman noticed people treating her differently. Later, she learned he had been telling others she was unstable. She said, I lost my voice in rooms I'd never even spoken in. That's how far a narcissist will go to protect their image. Sometimes instead of rage, you get silence. That is the silent treatment. Cold, calculated silence. No responses, no eye contact, no acknowledgement. It's not peace, it's punishment. The silent treatment is meant to make you feel invisible, anxious, desperate to fix things. And many people fall into the trap of apologizing for telling the truth. There's this proverb that says silence can be louder than a drum when used as a weapon. So, here is where things get tricky. Sometimes after confrontation, the narcissist appears to change. They may say, "You are right, I'll do better, I didn't realize." For a moment, you feel hope. But this is often temporary compliance, not transformation. Why? Because the goal is not growth, it is regaining control. Once things settle, the old patterns quietly return. The story here is of a man who promised to change after being confronted about emotional neglect. For 2 weeks, he was attentive, kind, present. Then slowly everything went back. The woman realized he didn't change, he paused. Confronting a narcissist is draining. You may feel confused, guilty, angry, tired. Because instead of resolution, you get resistance. Instead of understanding, you get distortion. It is like trying to fill a basket with water. No matter how much truth you pour in, it never stays. To understand their reaction, you must understand this. A narcissist's identity is built on fragile self-worth. They depend on control, admiration, and being right. And that's why truth feels like an attack to them. Truth threatens their control, their admiration, and their being right. So when you confront them, it's not just feedback, it feels like distraction. There's a proverb that says, "A man who builds his house on sand fears even the wind." The hidden fear beneath the ego is that behind that arrogance, there is fear of being exposed, fear of being seen as flawed, fear of losing control. But instead of facing that fear, they fight it. And you become the enemy, not because you are wrong, but because you are right. When the truth sets you free, but not them, no, there is a painful realization many people reach. Your truth may not change them, but it changes you. You begin to see clearly the patterns, the manipulation, the cycles. And once you see, you cannot unsee. Proverb says, "The eye that has seen the ocean cannot be satisfied with a pond." So what do you do next? After confronting a narcissist, you face a choice. Keep explaining yourself or start protecting yourself. Because truth alone is not enough. You need boundaries, you need clarity, you need the courage to step out of the cycle. Now, a woman once said, "I spent years trying to get him to understand my truth. One day I realized he understood, he just didn't care." That realization changed everything. She stopped arguing, stopped explaining, stopped chasing validation. And in that silence, not his but hers, she found peace. Confronting a narcissist with the truth has a cost. You may lose the illusion, the relationship, the version of them you hoped for. But you gain something greater: clarity, strength, self-respect. Better a bitter truth than a sweet lie that poisons your soul. When you confront a narcissist with the truth, don't expect understanding. Expect resistance, expect distortion, expect deflection, but also expect a doorway will open, not for them, but for you. And through that doorway is something they can never give you. That is freedom. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you've learned a thing or two. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel if you've not done so. Thank you.